You're not too old. Those 4 words are not just a comforting phrase. They are the unlocking key to a door you've always had but perhaps never opened fully. A door leading to the life that has quietly waited for you beneath years of duty, sacrifice, routines, and silence. Somewhere along the path of raising families, being a good spouse, providing for others, or simply surviving the chaos of everyday life, you may have buried your own desires under the weight of shoulds and musts. But now, in this sacred chapter of your life, when the noise outside has softened and the world moves a little slower, it is finally time. It is your turn to live for yourself. Not selfishly, but wholly, deeply, with intention and joy. You're not too old to chase the sunrise simply because it makes your soul feel awake, to laugh out loud without shame, to pick up a paintbrush even if your hands tremble, to write poetry in a notebook you never show anyone, to travel to the edge of town or the edge of the world, to sit in stillness and let peace find you. You are not too old to begin again, not too old to become the version of yourself that you hid in childhood daydreams or midlife pauses, the one who still lingers within your heart, waiting patiently for permission to live boldly and freely. You've earned this chapter, not as a reward but as a right. The days ahead are not empty. They are blank pages that you, and only you, get to fill with meaning. There is no perfect moment to start living for yourself, only this one. Not after the grandchildren grow up, not when the finances are just right, not when everyone else is okay, but now. Now is the moment you reclaim your name. Now is when you become your own source of light. You are allowed to outgrow the roles others assigned you. You are allowed to stop trying to be everyone's rock and start becoming your own foundation. You are allowed to love the sound of your own thoughts, the feel of your own company, the joy of waking up and asking yourself, what do I want today? And even if that answer is small, a walk under the trees, a quiet cup of tea with music from long ago, or simply a full breath without guilt, those are not little things. Those are revolutions. Every time you choose yourself, you rewrite what it means to age. Aging is not fading. It is focusing. It is the shedding of everything that never belonged to you in the first place. You're not too old to walk away from what weighs you down, whether it's regrets from decades ago or obligations that no longer serve your soul. You're not too old to start saying no without explanation or yes with unrestrained joy. You're not too old to dream new dreams, form new friendships, or discover hidden talents. You're not too old to be seen, not as a relic, but as a soul still burning with wisdom, humor, curiosity, and quiet fire. You're not too old to wear colors that make you feel alive, to dance to your favorite song even if it's just in your kitchen, to look in the mirror and see not what's fading but what's finally emerging. There is a liberation in this season of life that youth can't understand. A freedom born not from having less time, but from knowing time's true value. When you live for yourself, you begin to see that your joy is not a luxury. It's a necessity. Your happiness is not dependent on the approval of others. It's cultivated in the garden of your own self-respect. And every moment you water that garden, something beautiful grows. You are not here to simply exist until the end. You are here to live, to marvel, to weep with joy, to listen to the wind and believe it sings only for you. The world has convinced you for too long that aging is about loss. But what if it's actually about gain? Gaining clarity, gaining peace, gaining the strength to walk away from anything untrue, gaining the softness to let your soul breathe. You don't owe the world your silence anymore. You don't owe your days to anyone's expectations. What you owe, finally, is to yourself. To the inner child you once were who dreamed big dreams. To the younger version of you who survived more than they ever spoke about. To the elder you're becoming who deserves a life not of leftovers but of fullness. You are not too old to fall in love. With life, with beauty, with art, with yourself. You are not too old to start anew, to move to a quieter place, to take up photography, to volunteer your wisdom, to learn a new language, to sit in cafes and smile at strangers. You're not too old to finally be proud of yourself. You're not too old to outgrow shame. You're not too old to make peace with your past. Forgive those who couldn't love you the way you needed, and forgive yourself for not knowing what you know now. You are not too old to live slowly, intentionally, deliberately, letting go of hurry, of comparison, of the constant doing. This is the age of being. This is the time for watching sunsets like you're seeing them for the first time. This is the moment for writing letters to yourself, the kind that start with, "Dear me, I'm sorry it took so long, but I'm here now. And I won't abandon you again. Because living for yourself isn't about pushing others away. It's about no longer pushing yourself aside. It's about letting your voice matter in your own head, letting your laughter echo in your own home, letting your choices feel like freedom rather than fear. You're not too old to walk into a room and feel like you belong, even if no one else is there to see it. You're not too old to be a beginner. You're not too old to be a rebel. You're not too old to live a life that stuns you with its simplicity and satisfaction. You don't need a reason or a milestone or a partner to start living for yourself. You just need permission. And that permission does not come from the world. It comes from within. It comes from you deciding that your time is no longer negotiable. Your joy is no longer conditional. Your life is no longer a background role in someone else's story. You are the author now. You hold the pen. You are not too old to write a new plot twist. Not too old to surprise yourself. Not too old to choose peace over pleasing. You are not too old to be bold, to take up space, to be your full, radiant, unapologetic self. The world may have told you to quiet down, but now is the time to sing your own song. Not because anyone else will hear it, but because your soul needs to remember the sound of its own melody. And if you're sitting in silence wondering if it's too late, listen closely. The answer is in the beating of your heart, in the breath that still moves through your lungs, in the flicker of hope that hasn't quite gone out. It's not too late. You're not too old. You're right on time. So take that trip. Call that friend. Say that truth. Wear that outfit. Read that book. Paint that wall. Plant that flower. Start that journal. End that toxic pattern. Stand up for yourself. Sit quietly with yourself. Let the light in. Let the old go. Let the new begin. No one else needs to understand it. This life, this chapter, this joy, it's yours. And living for yourself isn't selfish. It's sacred. It's how you honor the life you've been given. It's how you finally come home. So breathe deep. Smile wide. And take the first step toward the rest of your life. The one that belongs to you. And even if no one claps for you, no one notices your small wins, no one understands the quiet battles you've overcome, keep going. Because living for yourself is not about applause. It's about peace. It's about walking into a room and not needing to shrink anymore. It's about saying to yourself, I matter. My time matters. My dreams still matter. And sometimes, the most courageous thing you can do is simply exist in full color in a world that tries to gray you out. You're not too old to speak up, to walk away, to reclaim the parts of you that were silenced by years of compromise. You're not too old to live without explanation, to love without apology, to say yes because you want to and no because you mean it. You're not too old to be mysterious, to keep growing, to still be figuring things out. There is no expiration date on transformation. You are allowed to become new again and again, in your 70s, in your 80s, in whatever year the calendar shows, because your soul doesn't age like your skin does. And deep down, that soul still wants to feel alive, still wants to create, to love, to express, to explore. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission to live. That power has always been yours. Every single morning you wake up is a chance to do it differently, to break a rule you made for yourself long ago, to rewrite what life is supposed to look like at your age. Let others think what they will. You're not here to fit their mold. You're here to live your truth. The truth that maybe you enjoy solitude more than social circles now. That maybe you find more meaning in simplicity than in noise. That maybe your deepest joy is found in the quiet rituals of your day. Your tea, your books, your sacred time alone with your thoughts. And that is beautiful. That is freedom. You no longer need to hustle for worth. You no longer need to prove anything to anyone. You are not late. You are not behind. You are exactly where your journey has led you, and from here you can still go anywhere. Not out there in the world, but in here within yourself. Because the richest places left to explore are not countries or cities. They are the corners of your soul you never had time to visit. So go inward. Go deep. Ask yourself what you truly want, and then with grace, give yourself permission to receive it. Be your own home. Be your own source of light. Be the person you once waited for. You are not too old to inspire yourself. You are not too old to be in awe of the life that still pulses quietly beneath every heartbeat. You are not too old to forgive, to let go, to dance barefoot in your kitchen just because you love the song. You are not too old to begin again, today, tomorrow, or any day you decide to stop existing and start living. This chapter is not the end. It's the beginning of you finally living fully for you. And if you ever doubt whether it's worth it to live for yourself now, remember this. You have already given the world so much. Now give something beautiful back to you. You are the author of the final chapters, and they deserve to be written with boldness, truth, and joy. No one else gets to decide how your story ends. Only you do.